What a beautiful day it is today. Tell us about your trip to New Bedford. Why are you in the whaling city today?
Well, it's one of our stops in our cruise this summer. Eagle left Baltimore, Maryland on May 4th, and we traveled north, went to Newport for the Volvo Ocean Race. We picked up some cadets in New London, and then we have been sailing the Caribbean ever since, training cadets on board Eagle. We came up to New Bedford to drop off some swabs. We call them affectionately swabs, a brand new freshmen at the Coast Guard Academy who are going through their summer training. Drop off 100 swabs and pick up 100 for our next trip.
This is an absolutely beautiful ship that is docked here in New Bedford Harbor, #1 fishing port in the United States, by the way. But tell me about this ship, because this ship has been in operation for quite some time.
Yes, sir. We have been sailing this ship. The Coast Guard has had it for 72 years now. You'll notice there's 3 wheels on here. This is the original helm from the ship. This is still the same one that was came with the ship back in 1936. And we really do sometimes need 6 people on this helm because it's all mechanical. There's no hydraulics at all. So sometimes we were up in St. Lawrence Seaway last year, lots of current, and we needed 6 people on this helm to steer the ship and keep us safe. Now you're looking at the bridge. You'll see that this is an open bridge. We have a compartment there for the radar, and then where Seaman Haney is standing, that's the QMO section. We keep track of the charting and chart plotter and make sure that we're maintaining course. We have all our radio systems in there. Now, Eagle was always designed as a sail training vessel, just designed to teach sailors how to sail in underway life. The steel hull is actually about a 1/2 inch thick. The decks are made of teak, and the reason they're made of teak is because teak is super sturdy and it lasts well in a marine environment. The teak decks are 3 inches thick. You have 5 sails. Top part of the mast is 147 feet high, and yes, our cadets go aloft and they climb, they set sail, they climb aloft to furl sail, and sometimes they have to do it at 4 in the morning in 10-foot seas and driving wind, and that's where we build this thing called character. Almost 200 lines on board, and each line serves a unique purpose. There's 23 sails on board. We have 22,000 square foot of sail. Our max speed is 17 knots under sail. And in order to make that happen, everybody needs to do a job, and they need to do their job well. They need to do it in concert with the other folks around them. Nothing on this ship happens with just one person. You need at least 5 people or more to do anything.
What does the tour entail?
It's a walking tour. We will have some swabs aboard at different stations. You can ask them about the ship. Have a look around and you'll stay above decks. We can look at the lines and see how we rig the ship, and then you can ask the swab some questions. We have some informational banners along the way as well.
I like that term, swabs. That's sort of like somebody that's new, right? Where does that come from? What does that mean?
Well, back in the day, the swabs would be the folks that swab the deck. They would have to clean the deck. So we affectionately call our freshmen who have yet not completed their boot camp or their swab summer, we call them swabs. And then once they complete their initial training, they become cadets.
We're joined here now by the medical officer, Ian Marks. Great to see you here today. Tell me a little bit about how much joy you have here participating on this particular ship with the Coast Guard.
I love my time here, watching the cadets grow and learn, spending some time with the crew, and ideally getting to know them a little less professionally and more personally.
Where are you from, and what is your job exactly?
I'm the medical officer. I take care of the crew if they need me, and I help supervise some of the medical staff on board. I'm from California, and I absolutely love it here in New England. It's just beautiful.
Well, you came at the right time, that's for sure.
Well, it's what everyone tells me, that, hey, by the way, it's not like this all the time. It is a beautiful ship. We actually had the ship claimed as a war prize after World War II. It was a German training vessel, and when we found it, it was damaged pretty severely in Bremerhaven. And we crewed it, brought it back to the U.S., and ever since 1946, we've been sending Coast Guard Academy cadets underway, officer candidates away, and they get a chance to learn a little bit about the sea before they come out to the Coast Guard cutters.
Now, if folks come on here and do the tour, what should they be looking for here on the top deck?
The people, but also learning that all these lines are handled manually. There's no machines, there's no power. These are all human powered. So it's the line handling, seeing those sails, seeing all the work that's done by real sailors using their hands and working with the ropes.
Well, it was very nice chatting with you. Welcome to the whaling city of New Bedford, and enjoy the weekend here.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure.
I'm following you.
Galley where they cook all our food. 700 meals a day.
Wow.
Marcus,
These are swabs over here?
yeah.
Kind of a harsh name. What is your name, sir?
Miyagani,
And where are you from?
Napoli.
Tell me about your experience so far here on this Coast Guard ship.
It's been a really fun experience. It's a lot of manual work, but I like it. It's good to get kind of down and dirty sometimes to feel like you're actually putting in that real work. So it's been a good experience for me.
I've had a lot of fun. It's a lot of new things. I didn't really know what to expect, and so really getting able to see the ocean from down below and get to work with a lot of enlisted is really an amazing experience.
How long have you been in the Coast Guard?
All me booming life. Me eyes is stars, me teeth are spars, me hair is hemp and seaweed, and when I spit tar. I is tough, I am, I are.
So if you want to come and do the tour aboard this beautiful ship, the Eagle, you can do it Saturday and Sunday right down here in New Bedford. It's a great take.